Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, dear lord, what the frick? Give me a hot second, my guys. Oh shit, you guys see what I'm doing? Very not prepared for this, sorry guys. Very, very not prepared, as you can tell, kind of tell. And caught me in the middle of stealing assets. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Are we live? Yeah, it says we're live. It says we're live. How you guys doing, my guys? Whoop. Oh shit, I'm a mess today. Sorry guys, I am like giga sick. I'm giga sick. Yo, Lace, who's the name of the girl in the thumbnail? Right here. It's Himeko. It's Himeko from Honkai Star Rail, which is getting its CBT tomorrow. Punished for late feels good, man. You want to get punished? Yeah. You like that, daddy? Yeah. Chupapi? Senor? Let's do it. Let's do the freaking ASMR stream. I'm sure you guys will love it. I am sure you guys will freaking love it. Pop out chat. Do you also stream on Twitch? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try multi-stream to Twitch tomorrow. And so, yeah. So if you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, you already know what it is. This is a closed stream. Okay. This is my Twitch. Holy shit, why am I getting followers for no reason? What the frick? That's so weird. I swear I left it like 450. Somehow I got like 100. Have you seen the new BA units I got released in JP today? Yes, I did. And how I saw was because somebody sent in Discord this. Somebody sent this in Discord. Please, no DMCA. I got DMCA'd last time. My guys. What the frick? No, that wasn't it. It was this one. I got DMCA'd last time. It was like Millie or something. Millie, I think, DMCA'd me. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. All right. Anyway, I'm still salty about it, TBH. I'm still pretty salty about it. Okay, so I don't stream on Twitch right now, but yeah. So we'll see. Okay, so agenda for today. We have a lot to do today. We have a lot to get through. Because I want to achieve a lot of things tonight. So first of all, let's do our dailies because it's dailies. We always do dailies first. Dailies is priority. And so guys, if I fall asleep on stream, I'm sorry, because I'm I'm very medicated right now, and I'm very, very sick right now. So if I fall asleep, I'm very sorry. Okay? Alright. First of all, let's get these dailies done. And then let's talk about all the prep I'm doing right now for Honkai. I think somebody asked, oh yeah, do you have a tier list yet? Yes. I essentially already have a tier list without having played the game yet. And I'll show you guys how exactly I came to that tier list. Because, I mean, knowing skill sets, knowing base stats and everything, it's already enough. We'll get well soon and let's watch you sleep in later. Oh yeah, you want to do a sleep stream? You guys want to watch me sleep? I'll freaking whack myself off, you know what I'm saying? Just freaking kidding, dude. Just freaking kidding. All right. Hello, fellow Gacha degens. How do you feel about Labour getting in? Sorry to be political. Okay, I guess. So for you guys who don't know what he's asking, Labour getting in, that's essentially it's politics, right? He's asking for politics. So he's asking about our party, our two-party system in Australia. We have two-party system. We have like essentially a business party and a workforce party. Like, so a party that represents the interests of small businesses, and one that represents, generally speaking, the interests of the workforce. So like normal employees. So our the workforce one just got in, and so he's asking me like, well, how do I feel about that? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm lukewarm. It's kind of okay. I know some people, a lot of people are like really, they're like, oh man, like I really hate this, blah blah whatever. But yeah, I'm sure there was some streamer who fell asleep on stream and made a lot of money while streaming. Frick, dude. Why couldn't I be that streamer that fell asleep on stream and made a lot of money streaming? Oh, this is Revy. Okay, no, we don't need Revy. All right, so I'm just gonna try speedrun my dailies, my guys, because I actually don't want to spend too much time on this one. Fair enough. Yeah, it's like Yeah, I'm lukewarm. Like, it's okay. It's good. It's good to have a change. I for one, I don't like stability in government, and I think it's time. I think it's time for a decent change. And for me, like from the policies that I've seen, like I can see that I'm gonna benefit a lot. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. All right. So, so I need to do Genshin as well after this. Genshin lags. Actually, you know what? I can't play these 3+ Genshin anymore. I can't do that. Did you skip the new banner? What new banner? I don't know what you're talking about, but I haven't rolled in a long time. I haven't rolled in a very long time, so probably. The answer is probably. Okay. Receive all. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Confirm. My coins! I could have kept rolling. Shit. Shit. Oh, well, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Anyway, so we have this to do. We have that to claim. Claim that. Close that. Two over here. Yeah, those 598 choco coins. I'm so freaking tilted, dude. So freaking tilted. Can't believe that just went into shits. That's so bad. That's so wasteful, man. Feels so freaking bad. The new Auroran or an Alchemy Star is OP. I mean, is she hot? That's what I care about. Is she hot? Is it a waifu and is it hot? How many games in the background? It's just 3. It's just 3, my guys. It's not too many. And for the record, this DMM player is usually pretty lightweight on resources. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Available. You can go. Let's see. Let's try this one over here. I still need to clear the new world, the new stages. I haven't even cleared the last stage of that one. All right, set that on auto. This is done for now. Giles is OP, but he's a dude. Nah, I'm good, dude. He's a dude. Nah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. It's a boy. The other one is a mannequin waifu. Okay. I'll think about it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to think about it. What the frick? All right, since this is running in auto, he can go small. And then this one, we'll do here. Hey, yo, can we see Ishtar for a sec? You guys always want to see Ishtar. You guys always want to see Ishtar. The frick. But it's freaking lagging. It's always lagging. Like, I think it's something to do with my screen. But, like, it always just freezes. So, let me do a... There we go. There we go. It's freaking nice, isn't it? It's like... It's actually, like, one of my favorite wallpapers of all time. It's so freaking nice. Hey, yo, you guys see this? You guys see this down here? Not flexing, not flexing. Not flexing. Like I said, anyway. It was really hard to get in. Let's put it that way. It was incredibly hard. There are so many people. It's insane. It's freaking insane. Anyway, let's have a look at who we've got today. We've got Illusional. Illusional, actually, if you know what? If you're still here, it'd be really interesting to hear what your thoughts are. But probably in the DMs or in the Discord or something. Especially because you're Aussie. There's not very many Aussies that somehow find me. Let's put it that way. All right. 8:15 your time, so welcome Illusional, Resilient Fool, and Dama, Ied, Aid, Zoop. Congrats on getting to CBT. Lightning, Jason, A Valyrian, Tonyen, Black What the frick? Oh, this is from this is my shambles. Okay. Tonya, Black Dragon, Resilient Fool, Z, Strike, Kraken. We got Avery, Axis. We got Caleb. We got Azure W. We got Gavin. We got SJ Arch. We got Takata Miyagawa. We got Human Being. We got Fate. We got... Oh, there's a lot of you tonight. Wow. Cool, cool, cool. Hide, Cam, Peeper, Knife. Don't block wife. Okay. All right. My Cam is blocking her hair? Are you serious? Are you guys freaking serious? Are you guys freaking simp so hard for Ishtar? All right, fine. You know what? I'll hide my Cam for you. Frick. There you go. All right. I'm going to be the faceless... Okay, well, that doesn't really work because I'm still... Okay, I guess I can minimize this. And then do this one over here. Fine. How about we do it like this? Do it like this. I'll play Giga Small so you guys can appreciate the Ishtar. All right? You guys are freaking crazy, man. You guys are freaking crazy. Full screen BG stream. You guys are freaking nuts, dude. Absolutely nuts. You'll simp for anything. I swear to God. You know what? Me too. I would simp for anything. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let me speedrun these dailies and let's freaking get a move on. So I'm sorry. I can't see with that. My freaking Asian eyes literally can't see. Stream is better now. You guys are freaking rats, dude. You guys are freaking rats. All right. Confirm. What do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Simple papa lace. It is weird without lace in the skin. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Didn't you find it weird without me? Don't you freaking find it weird without me? All right, so this is a T4. We need T4 watches. And then it's 3X. Oh, dude, it's so freaking good. So freaking good. I love this freaking 3X. 3X is so good. It's the best thing that's ever happened. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. And I think that is Blue Archive. Nope, we have PvP. We have freaking... Holy shit, I got freaking 2 times what I needed. All right, sick. All right, so that's Blue Archive. We're going to go PvP and that's it. How many refreshes should we do in BA, by the way? Like daily PvP during 3X because of the upcoming events. You know, what the frick? How did I drop so low? Oh my lord. Okay, I guess I'll try fight that. That's so weird, dude. That's so sad. What the frick? Refreshes in BA. I don't refresh in BA. The only time I've ever refreshed in BA is for the bunny event. That's the only time ever. That is the only time ever I've ever refreshed for BA. Okay, that's not true. I refreshed like early on in the game, but not nowadays. I know I'm gonna get flamed for it. I'm gonna get flamed by a whole bunch of other people. I know there are some BA lurkers. Oh dear. How did the bots keep getting through? It's so freaking weird, dude. How do the bots just keep getting through? All right, let me pop up that chat. Remember 31st is BA PvP reset, but maybe stays the same. Yeah. You see, we got people like Z, like Sasuke. Sausage. So yes, I don't refresh normally. I normally don't refresh. Yeah, the bot is so early. Dude, I freaking swear I blocked these. Let me try blocking them again. Your channel. Who did work? Was it Harna? Harna doing work? Frick. Iori's doing work. Iori's always doing work. It's so freaking weird. Alright. Oh, just hurry up. I need to get this done so I can start prepping for HSR. Because I don't have all night, man. It's freaking 10:30 already. I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'll record a video whilst I'm live with you guys. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if you guys would like that. But yeah, it's like, that's so freaking annoying. Okay, let me try and get rid of that bot. If he comes up again, we're freaking donezo. Do you know when Artery Gear is coming to global? I actually do. PCRD BA bracket reset when? Okay, that's ages, dude. That's actually ages. What you can do is you could look it up over here. So, pre-calc? No. Let's try this one. Let me try a different one. Precon. This one over here. So for precon, arena shuffle over there. P arena shuffle. Okay, I don't see where it was. P arena shuffle over here. So the next arena shuffle is ages away. It's not even in like the next 6 months. It's over here. It's when Kasumi magical Kasumi comes out. Drink water ASMR. I got you, bro. Okay, anyway, back to it. We're Gacha. Frick, I hate this game. I hate this freaking game. Okay, show. You want to see that Monko. Oh, God, come on, just let me win. What a slurp sub, you like that? Someone said it was 1.5 Annie. I didn't see anything on 1.5 Annie. 1.5 Annie is here, and I don't see anything. So, yeah, I don't see anything. Ugh. We have T6 gears in global? Nah, that's not happening. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, there was a question about artery gear. Yeah. The tentative date, I believe, for artery gear is this one right here, which is not loading. What the frick? Am I still online? Or is it the app store that's loading? That's kind of weird. Oh, they removed it. They removed the date. Okay, hold up. They removed it. It was here before. It was actually there. I swear to God, guys. I swear to God. Artery Gear Fusion Play Store. Oh, it's in Twitter, 14th June. All right, appreciate it, Z. Appreciate it, my guy. Oh, I need... Okay, I do have tissues. Go, sorry, give me a sec. Oh, God. Do you guys like the sound of me blowing my nose? I can blow other things for you if you want. Like a trumpet. Yeah, would you like that? Can't wait for June. Oh, yeah, dude. All right. Then we've got another good one over here. And then... No, please. Did I miss the theories part? No, we're about to get into it. Sorry, just give me a sec. I'm trying to finish my dailies first, which will probably be in like the next like 10 minutes, and then we'll go through dailies. I mean, we'll go through the deeper shit, the theory crafting. What's up, man? What's up, Skyflim? How you doing? I know if. What are you question marking for? What's up, man? What's good? What's happening, bro? You sign up for a sus stream, bro? Do you want a refund, bro? I'll give you a refund if you want it, man. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, probably about 10 minutes. I heard people Bronya in S tier, bruh. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Bronya deserves no less. That's all I can say. Bronya deserves no less. Where's my refund? I can't. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It wouldn't be fair. Oh, kill him. Oh, that sucks. What the frick, weird. Come on, kill him. Oh yeah, okay. It's an easy win. Freaking easy win. $20 refund. I will give you about 350, dude. Oh, you freaking 350. Only 350 though. No more, no less. No freaking less. All right. God, this PvP is so like. How important HPPs is like hairpins on special units? Because I usually don't level them since special units on the backline anyway. Yeah. So you're right. Less important, and less important because you can get away with not having those stats, especially with a little bit of RNG, because it's only a percentage. Actually, Z, how much percentage of the stats from special units gets added to your strikers? Because I forgot. I've completely forgotten, and I don't have the answer, and I don't know where to find the answer. It was like, yeah, it was like little. It's not much. It affects it, but it's not much. If Z's not here, I'll go find out the answer for you later. I'm pretty sure it's like, yes, okay, so Z doesn't remember either. But I'm pretty sure it's like 15%, like, or 5 to 10. Yeah, it's like something low. It's like something like that. It's something like giga low. Oh, that's nice. This is a nice one. All right. Sicko. We're going to take a while, aren't we, huh? This is our last hit, so we will finish Blue Archive right after this, my guys. We'll finish right after this. I should get my PowerPoint up, because that's what we're going to need. It's going to be a lecture. Considering Princess Connect, would you say it's worth? Yeah, it's a lot of fun, dude. I really like Precon. I think it's one of the greatest games on the market. I think it's one of the best games on the market. It's just that there's no like, you just gotta, if you play, let's say if you play 6 months, you'll probably have 70% of characters. Right? I really think so. Like, would anybody dispute me on that point? If you play about like 6 months, you can probably get about 70% of all characters in Precon. Any Precon players would dispute me on that? I think it's true. I think it's quite true. I haven't done the mathematication for it, but I do think that's true. All right. There's no brick system in BA. Play however you want. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I think we're done here, so we can move on. This will be an interesting one. No dispute. All right, sicko. That's one out of one. Calum has said that. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I'm right. I'm freaking right. Oh, weekly mission. Cannot lose that one. All right, unless people save their gems for a whole 6 months. Yeah, okay. Or like they save for like pre-fez and shit. You save for like the 2x rates banners and stuff. Like, you're gonna have like everybody, my guy. You're gonna have like everybody. All right, all board. And that's all good. And so I believe that's it. Oh, here, this one, crafting. If you want to know the exact stats the special units give you, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You can get a lot of cars in Precon as free to play for sure, but you'll be starved for mana. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, hello, Radiant. You have to click on the support button in the formation menu. All right, frick. I will try that right now so we can see. All right, Neo Deluxe has got us. Neo Deluxe has got us. Frick, I'm freaking washed up, dude. Literally a nobody. I've played since the anniversary this year and am only missing Jun and Kyoka. That's insane, dude. That's insane. So if I go to formation, and if I go, is it support? Here, there it is. There it is. That's tiny amounts. That's tiny amounts. So 3.1k. Let's say Hibiki and Serena stats. Hibiki and Serena stats. So, oh my god, come on. Let's get in. Let's get in there. So Hibiki, 31. That's like, it's probably about 10%. It's about 10%. Yeah, if I add them both together, like let's say like about 30k, 30k comes down to 3k. That's about 10%. 10% of each one. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's pretty fair. Yeah, it's like, I would say it's almost negligible is what I would say. Like, don't break your back farming for that shit. Farm your watches. Farm your watches. You got 4.2k HP with Hibiki and Serena. Yeah, okay, look. I might also be one of those people who are skimping out, okay? That might also be me. Oh, let me just check my dailies. I feel like I haven't done all of them. Yeah, that's pretty much done. All right, close. Last set of dailies would be Genshin, because this one's... Oh my god, freaking Game Network again, Alchemy Stars? All right, Alchemy Stars, you're dead to me. You're freaking dead to me. Just close, just... And then right after that, let's get into the theory crafting. Where is the... Honkai Star Rail Wiki? Not that one. I think it's this one over here. You say hello to chat, but you don't say hello to me. Hello, I'm bored. How you doing? How you doing, my guy? He skipped B current and he regret. Okay, you know what? Aid is right. Aid is freaking right. I skipped B current and I freaking regret it, dude. I freaking regret it. Okay, so first let's talk about damage. We'll talk about damage first. Damage. Bada bing. No, let's black damage is always a function. Oh, why is my cursor stuck in the middle? Because, oh dear lord, look at that package, my guys. Look at that freaking package, my guys. You like that shit? You like that freaking bulge? I'm always into the venti bulge. Anyway. Alistunt, hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing, my guy? Alright, let's, what can I do with this? Let me think. Sorry guys, it'll just take me like maybe another 5 minutes to clear this, and then I'll be on my way. Sussy angle, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I don't need big Harn when I have that. Alright, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do one run, like a quick run of the boss to expend the stamina, and then let's go. Is this lecture? Yeah, this is absolutely lecture. Yeah, because I got too many dailies to do. I'm gonna be here all night if I'm gonna keep doing these dailies, and I don't want to do that. All right, so I'm just gonna dump like one onto here. Is there a way to switch to first-person camera in Genshin? I remember there was a hack on launch for you to be able to do that. I don't know how fun it was, but I didn't really like it. All right, let me finish this boss once. It'll probably take like 2 minutes, and then let's get on to the lecture. Yeah, that'll do. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Alright. Yeah, so I'm just gonna fight that thing over there. Sorry guys. I do need to get a move on with this. Oh, look at those shiny crystals over there. Okay. Pre-farming for Yellen? Absolutely, my guy. We've got Yellen stream coming up on the 31st in 1 week's time. You already know it, my guys. Oh, he just freaking disappeared. Come on. Oh, I missed. I freaking missed. I freaking missed. Alright. Whatever. It's whatever, man. I need my Shangling. Alright, there she is. Okay, this should be pretty fast now. Hey, bro, you can't just... Oh shit, Oh shit! Alright. I guess I can just tank it. I guess I can just tank it. Come on. Only in the camera menu? I tried to look for it. Oh my god, there's another bot! No! No bots! No bots allowed! No, 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 no. What the? Okay, come here. Come on. Come on. Alright. Ugh, my chat is so wet. What do you mean my chat is so wet? Ah! Okay, goodbye. Alright. Oh, I see what you mean. What the frick? That's freaking... It's freaking sus, dude. That's sussy ass, dude. Dude, I can't believe I didn't kill him in one combo. What the frick? What is going on here? What? Am I about to die? Why is this guy being so freaking annoying? Ugh. I mean, this should kill him. Dude! 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 Come on! Alright. This has got to be it. This is the end. Okay, there we go. Alright. We can finally get on with this. Holy shit. That was the longest clear I've ever had on that boss, dude. Alright, let me finish that. Clear. L. Change back. And then just log out here. And let's get on with this shit. I'm so sick of waiting. I do not have time for this shit, man. I don't have time for this shit. Alright. Alright, Alt F4. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Okay, damage. It's always a function. Actually, you know what? Let me introduce something. Let me introduce something first, right? Especially in turn-based games, usually damage is always a function of attack and defense, right? And all of the other things. It's usually like this. Watch. Damage is equal to... Is it... equal to some function of attack and defense. Okay? However, that's not really it, because we know that's a little bit more complex than that, right? So usually, attack, you can either have attack plus attack scaling, or attack plus some kind of scaling, right? So flat attack, or usually flat attack and percentage attack, right? That gets added there. Now, what is really important is these things over here. This brackets, okay? So, watch this. Damage is equal to... God, I hate PowerPoint. In brackets, first of all, some function of attack. This is going to give us like a attack stat. We'll run through some kind of, how do I say it? Some examples afterwards. A freaking... I was about to rotate that by 180 degrees, but that kind of sounds stupid. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Plus that. I guess straightforward, right? Straightforward. However, where does the other stuff come in? Where does things like crit come in? Right? So, usually crit is what we call a post-calculation multiplier, right? So crit damage as well as crit rate, right? Crit rate. Something like that. This is all a bit too big, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to... let me just resize all that. Make it a bit smaller so it can all fit. Okay, so that plus that. Defense. That multiplied by... so multiply would be that. That multiplied by that. We've also got things like, depending on which kind of games you play, it's called final damage. We'll just call it final damage. So these are what we call like kind of final damage multipliers, right? So final damage multipliers, let's go, we've got whether it could be, in Genshin, I'm talking about like that's your elemental damage. Damage or fizz damage. In what other games are there? What other games? Let me think. Let's have a look at Maple Story, for God's sake. Maple Story. Damage formula. Watch. So final damage is like this times all of that, and then you get more again, right? I feel like Notepad would make a better equation editor. Maybe you're right. Okay, so yeah. So let's take Maple Story. So Maple Story has a weapon multiplier, which is which is different. Mastery. We got these ones over here. Total HP. La-di-da-di-da. But where is the damage formula? Final damage is over here. Okay. Ignore defense. Okay, that's another stat we need to think of. Ignore defense. So there is something called ignore defense. And then there are, which is that one. That directly affects that one. There are things that are ignore resist, which affects this one over here. Like this over here, okay? So I'll add the signs in for this one. So let's do that down. Let's make this one a little bit smaller as well. Bada bing, bada boom. Defense is increased by flat attack or flat defense. Flat attack, flat def or percentage def. I think Lace Sensei didn't do his prep. I didn't do my prep, my guy. I was just literally thinking about this all day because I have work all day, right? So this, watch this. So what is the relationship between these two? It is multiply, right? It is multiply. So this is really interesting because in Alchemy Stars, they use flat attack plus flat defense, right? So let me give you an example. Watch this. Let's just take the easiest example. 100 attack plus, or rather minus, sorry. This should be a minus, yep. Minus 100 defense, all in brackets. If damage is equal to that, that means that your damage is going to be 0, right? This is what Alchemy Stars does, which is absolutely crazy. It was the first time I've ever seen it do something like this, right? Like flat attack minus flat defense. What games normally do is that they normally have this, so that's Alchemy Stars, is equal to like 100 attack, and this scales on like a percentage basis, like minus 100 defense, like a percentage, right? So this would be maybe like minus like 80% from your defense, right? And then so this would mean that 100 attack would only inflict 20 damage, right? So usually it scales so that it makes it very, very hard to get to 100% defense. So so what I'm saying is that instead of a flat number, let's use 200 instead, right? Let's use 200 instead. My cat just vomited. Will you guys give me like 3 minutes? My cat just vomited all over the floor. I will be right back. I'm sorry, but I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. He vomited twice. Be right back. Holy shit. Alright. What the frick? Okay. Sorry about that. That's kind of weird. Okay. Hello, guys. So yeah, if you guys didn't catch like the last 5 minutes, my cat vomited and we have a bot again. Holy crap. Okay, let's get back to it. So, for Alchemy Stars, you're right. It is like that plus 1. Something like that, right? That's for Alchemy Stars. Otherwise, you want some kind of multiplier, right? So what that means is that this could be there's a few different ways to actually achieve this one. 100 attack minus 80%. How do you get 80%? Let's say like 80% could be 80 over 100, right? And so what exactly is that? It's that it could be your ignore defense on the top over the actual defense, right? So these two. Ignore defense is the 80 and the defense is down there, right? Even you. Yeah, even you. So that's the idea behind the attack stat. The attack stat influenced by flat attack or percentage attack. Usually it's percentage attack. Some games have flat attack. A lot of games actually have flat attack just to annoy us. And so in that regards, the only way to balance flat attack is to have it more than like the theoreticals of the percentage attacks, right? So for example, if we're looking at let's say we have a character and this character has like the game meta is like, okay, a normal character in let's say even Alchemy Stars, right? Let's have a look at Alchemy Stars. I don't talk about Alchemy Stars enough, so Alchemy Stars, we have this one. And so if I click on Nickiness, I can come over here and you can see 2.4k, 2.45k attack stat, right? And so what that means is that, in my opinion, in a better designed combat system, they wouldn't have like 2.45k or whatever, right? So if damage was to be equal to 0, that means that 2450, that you've encountered an enemy with more than 2450, like 2460 defense, right? +1, and that's probably like a something like that. And then there's probably like a limit to 0 or something, limit of 0. And then there's like some function like that, right? And so that doesn't work, right? You want the defense to be percentage. And so ignore defense, it can come in two different ways. It can either come in a percentage, something like that, or it can come into as a flat, like minus 20 defense. So for example, precon. Let's take precon for example. Let's have a look at this one. So, oh dear Lord, don't vomit on my computer. Don't vomit. I presume that's a ceiling function. Yeah, that's what I mean. Or a floor function, right? It's a ceiling or a floor function. So we always talk about defense down on precon, right? Here. Damage. Battle power. Damage. Here, right? So, in a nutshell, what you guys do know is that, is my cat okay? Yeah, he kept vomiting. He kept going around and vomiting, dude. But he does, like, cats do that because they have to get their hairballs out of their system. Yeah, we don't have attack or we don't have percentage attack or percentage defense. However, what we do have is this. Watch. So if I come over here, pre-calc. Let's go over here. Let's have a look at clan battle data. This guy, see this? It's a flat 200 defense and a flat 200 M defense, right? And so this combined with the defense down in precon will get you your total damage, right? So if, for example, like I'm not 100% sure if this is how it works in precon, but for example, this guy over here, we're gonna have ignore defense over defense, right? Something like that. So if total defense is 200, what was that one? Yeah, 200. And then we have, like, Makoto gives 80 up here, right? And this is going to give us a ratio of 40%. So we're going to be dealing, we're going to be ignoring, we're going to be doing, we're going to be only be mitigated by 40% of the total defense, right? So 80 over 200 is equal to 40 over 100, which is equal to 40%, right? So that means that their defense stat is now only 40%. If we can get that to 0, then we've won. We are doing full damage according to our attack, right? So that is what's going on here in terms of precon. Now, that's probably enough about those ones because like every game is going to do it differently. Like it could be ignore defense over defense. It could be like ignore defense. It could be something like this. I think I've seen one. Ignore defense over 100 minus defense over 100 to get ratios, right? To get like, so they're working in percentage of hundreds. And then at the start of the equation, you have things like attack over 100 plus whatever, right? Okay, what about magic? Exactly the same, except they are two different formulas, right? So if you can think of, if this is attack, if this is P attack, this is P ignore P defense, and this is P. If this is M attack, this is ignore M defense, and like that. Something like that, right? So what that means is that physical defense down does not affect your damage from a magical attack, right? So that is how it's handled in precon. That's how it's handled in precon. It's not always like that, but that is how it's handled in precon. Okay, so that's the attack side of the equation, right? The next thing we have is that we have crit rate and crit damage. So crit rate and crit damage, we are looking for the like usually it's like this number is usually like 1 plus crit damage, right? So it could be something like for example, if you have like 70 probably like 1.5 or something. So normally crit damage is either 1.5 times or 2 times base, right? Plus additional crit damage. And so if that's 1.5 times or two times, that is also known as 150% or 200%, right? And then, so if we look at plus crit damage, that means that crit damage is usually in a percentage, right? And so that's why it becomes 150% plus, let's say, for example, in Genshin, we have plus like 78% crit damage is equal to 228% crit damage. Something like that as well, right? So that's the crit damage. And then we multiply that by the crit rate. So it's you either hit with the crit or you don't crit. Like you crit or you don't crit, right? So this gets you like expected damage because it's crit rate as well. Crit rate, I think everyone already knows. Usually it's a percentage. And if it's not a percentage, then like it somehow turns into a percentage. And one of the games that I know, oh, it's time for pre-con dailies, my guys. One of the games I know that does flat crit stats is Blue Archive. So crit, let's say 60 crit or 600 crit is equal to something, right? I don't know what that is because that is not like that is not what I have explored yet. So let's have a look. Blue Archive crit. Let's see how this converts. So at the end of the day, the crit rate always has to convert to a percentage, right? I don't know if they're going to show it here, but crit's always like, yeah, so there's a crit resistance, crit damage. So crit resistance is another thing. So crit usually influences crit rate. So obviously higher crit gets you a higher crit rate. And then crit resistance, on the other hand, crit res, takes away from that. So hopefully, so they might calculate it in 2 ways, right? They could calculate it using these two as flat values. So maybe it would be something like 600 crit minus 300 crit res is equal to 300. And then they take like somehow this percentage of this. However, usually there's some scaling factor to make sure that you can't ever hit like 0%, something like that. So that's crit rate. So that's what we need to look out for crit res. Now, the other things would be stuff like elemental damage, physical damage, and final damage multipliers. So final damage, I think you guys saw from Maple Story. This thing has like, this gets really big, right? So for example, let's run through some scenarios now. Let's use Excel to run through a scenario, right? So first scenario, let's say damage. This is damage. This is attack, defense, and let's say no crits, just because it either crits or it doesn't, right? Keep it simple. And so, Professor, I'm sorry I'm late. It's okay. Professor Lace's class is in session, so sit down, be quiet. No, that's not true. Don't be quiet. So we got damage is equal to some function of attack. Let's say like 200 attack, 200 defense. And only major difference magic have is that it can't miss, unlike Fizz. So that's a pre-con thing, right? That's a pre-con thing. So there's also things like evasion, which I did not consider here at all yet, right? And so evasion is something that comes outside of this, right? So it's like before any of this is even considered, usually, evasion is like evade or no. If yes, then if you successfully evade, then you go that way. Then if not, then you don't get anything, right? So it's 0 damage, right? Usually that's what we call like perfect evades, right? There are some times when developers do some crazy shit and add evade into this kind of formula, right? Actually, this reminds me, I think evasion was interesting in Maple Story. Exactly, that is exactly right. Punishing Grey Raven damage formula. Let's have a look at Punishing Grey Raven. Oh, somebody else has done a video on this. That's freaking sick. I don't really want to watch a video right now, though. Oh, my lord. Pin. Oh, shit. I pinned the message. No. 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 No, I pinned the wrong one. Oh, shit. It's awkward. Let me it's not the same bot. It can't be. Yeah, it's not the same bot. Let me give me a sec, guys. Let me try be entertained by your own emotes. Give me a second. Let me try block them for sure. Let me try block them for good. Holy crap, how do I unpin this? Unpin. Do you guys see it pinned? I'm gonna try block them right now. Give me a sec. Just pin another comment. Alright. I'll pin bro. Replace pin message. There you go. Alright, let me block them real quick. Holy shit, my block list is getting really, really long. Blocked words. Okay. Actually, I can do this. I can do this. Naked-HD. And let's wet girls. All right. What about the other one? Girls. I can't block all of that. Okay, I'll just block naked.hd. Let's try that. Okay. Middle sentence varies. Yeah, it does. TTV emotes on YouTube. Impossible, bro. Get on it. Better TTV. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Okay. Cool. Let's get back to it. Precon dailies. Precon dailies, my guys. Precon dailies. All right. Final damage. And then all of this is multiplied by attack speed. If there is an attack speed stat. Something like this. Attack speed, right? So if your damage, if every single hit you do 200 damage and you have like a low attack speed, then obviously if you boost your attack speed, you do more damage, right? However, in the context of turn-based games, attack speed is also going to actually get you more defense. Okay, well, speed is going to get you more defense, right? Because it gets your turn faster, right? And so that is why speed is king, because speed in the context of turn-based games gets you both attack and defense. It gets you both damage and damage mitigation. Which is insane, right? Because normally, say you only buff your attack, right? If you only buff your attack, you're only doing more damage. If you're only buffing your final damage, or if you're only buffing your crit or whatever, you're just doing more damage. But if you're buffing your speed in, like, let's say Honkai Star Rail, right? Let's go to the Star Rail. Let's freaking watch Epic 7 then. Let's watch Epic 7. How about that? Epic 7. Let's have a look at some gameplay. Anybody. Literally anybody. First one up. Oh dear, why is there a gun? Alright, so you see that. You see this bar, right? This is the bar that pretty much all turn-based games use, or a lot of them, like Summoner's War, etc., etc. If you can manage to take a turn faster than somebody else, like overtake them because you have so much speed, or if you can every like 2 turns you can get an extra turn or whatever, that means you have gained an extra attack and you've avoided damage, right? So you're technically killing them faster, because it's like they say, if you kill them, they can't kill you, right? Hey, there's Emilia. What the frick? Emilia collab? Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, moving on. So what I want to say here is that for Honkai Star Rail, it's gonna be quite a good one, right? Because let's have a look at some of these characters. So that what we just talked about is essentially why I value speed so much, right? Because we can see that crit damage, crit rate, we can see the elemental fizz or ignore resist or whatever is like, it's all really good and shit. We can also see, like, you know, attack. We can see percentage attack is always better, only better at higher numbers. So for example, if you have 1,000 attack and you have plus 10% attack, that's going to give you 1,100 attack, right? Whereas if there was a gear that gave you like 150 flat attack, then you're better off using the flat, right? And then there's also the whole concept of whether like this is your base attack, the whole concept of base attack, right? So a lot of multipliers actually only work on your base attack. So flat attack, so this is why, like, especially in like games like Genshin or like Epic 7 or whatever, flat attack is usually pretty shit unless it's really high. However, devs never make it high. That's so usually that's why percentage attack is better. That's right. And if you stack this, it just multiplies, right? Okay, now let's have a look at these characters and let's rank them real quick. And when you start reading these characters, you'll realize really quickly, it's like, holy shit, this character is good, right? This is why I don't even need to play the game to understand that is good, right? However, remember that everything that I've said today in terms of this is all from a general use point of view. So if there are like some games that require like giga setup, then this does not apply at all, right? This doesn't apply at all. So I'm talking games like setups for cheeses, setups for one-hit combos, stuff like that. This doesn't apply. This doesn't apply. That's like a different mindset. This is kind of like your highest amount of DPS that you can do in the long run, right? One shots, this does not apply to. Okay. All right. So here, look at Bronya. This is Bronya. If you guys don't know Bronya, welcome to Bronya. And so she is a wind element. And so first of all, normal attack, she does 50% damage based on her attack stat as wind damage, right? So deal 50% of her attack as wind damage, right? And so what that means is that you can actually have defense on the other side, canceling it out. But it could be flat, it could be percentage, actually, now that I think about it. However, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Remove a debuff from an ally, advance the action forward by 100%, and increase the damage by 25% for one turn. After the target ally takes action, increase their speed by 25. So first of all, you're getting an ally to go right after you, to go next. And then after that, you're also boosting their speed. And you're boosting their damage, right? So what this tells me is that you're looking for like hyper carries, right? Bronya enables hyper carry kind of comps, right? And not even just hyper carry, like even just general use, that is so freaking cracked. Because if you can get your DPS like another turn, and then like that DPS is able to kill them, like that is so big, right? And the other thing about this is that she's not element locked. You see, Bronya is one of the wind element characters. There are going to be some characters that we're going to see that are like, oh, increase the attack of fire element characters in your party. Whereas in Precon, we have things like increase the physical damage of your physical units. So these conditionals, right? Bronya doesn't have any. There is no conditional here. You can use this on anybody. So what that means is that Bronya, this wind element character, fits into every single team. That is why Bronya is so good, right? She fits into every single team, right? So with the speed, she is not only giving a character like more DPS, but she is also going to be hopefully getting you to take less damage. And then after that, on the other hand, after casting an ult, increase the attack of allies by 30% and crit damage of all allies by 20%. That's just big. That's just so big. I don't even know what else I can say about that. That's just so big. For her passive, her next action will be advanced forward by 15% if she uses a basic attack, which is fair enough. Like it's all speed. Like it's all speed. So this one advanced forward by 15%. I suspect it's the gauge. So if you guys remember in the action gauge right here, I suspect if this is 100%, after she uses her normal attack, she gets forward 15%. I think that's how it works in Honkai StarRail. So you can kind of see why I think Bronya is one of the top tier units, right? However, all of this being said, the other thing that we need to think about is the opportunity cost, right? So what is the cost of using Bronya? So instead of Bronya, what if we used somebody else? Like if it was a fire comp, what if we used a character that was like, that would be like enhance everybody's fire damage, right? That'd be good, right? That would be so good as well. And so that's why it's not always clear cut. However, before knowing the meta, we can already see strong picks like this. Do you know what I mean? And so that's kind of similar to like how I play TFT and shit. It's just like sometimes you can go comps that are cohesive, like one-shot comps, synergetic comps or whatever. Bronya, at the very least, in a vacuum, is giga strong on her. It's like a strong 5-star unit. It's like if in Precon, Oh, dailies, guys. If in precon you have like a team, right? Like let's say you just started the game. And your entire team is comprised of 1 stars and 2 stars. Like let's say you have an Ayumi or whatever. And then you suddenly pulled an Amelia, right? The Amelia's base stats are just gonna be good. It's just gonna be like, because of her base stats, she's good for general use. Bronya is kind of like that, right? If you have a whole bunch of 1 and 2 star units and then you finally get a 3 star, and then you know the base stats are good, then it's like, just generally speaking, it's good. That's what Bronya is. So you're saying Honkai Star Rail will use E7 like combat system? It will. Yeah, it will. That's right. Every time I see X before Y, do you need to perform X to get Y, or you can just shotgun it whenever you want? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about this one? Are you talking about this one, Z? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But we can come back to it. I want to show you guys, because I want to show you guys another one. I want to show you guys another character. So let's take, whoa, where'd it go? Let's take Pella. Okay, let's see what she does. She's an ice element character, right? Pella deals 50% of her, okay, whatever, normal attack. 100%. Are you serious? Holy shit. I need to ban this one as well. Dude, these freaking bots, holy crap. Sorry guys, this is just, oh, this is actually so annoying. Channel dashboard, settings, communications. Let me ban that one as well. Boom, save. Okay. I have no idea about anything about Star Rail, but here we are. Fair enough, dude. But this is more like general, right? Like generally speaking, this is how it works. Like you've got your damage, which is a function of attack influenced by flat attack and percentage attack. And you're going to take this away from your defense, which is influenced by ignore defense and flat defense and all of that. And then you're going to be multiplying that by your crit damage if you get a crit. If not, and then crit rate is going to be influenced usually by crit res. Sometimes crit res is used to decrease crit damage. So I really could like put it here. It could be one or the other. Like it really depends on the game, right? But just know that it could affect either of them. So either lower the crit rate or lower the crit damage. And then all of that, whatever it is going to be multiplied again with other final damage multipliers, right? So what I'm saying is that is why when we see these kinds of multipliers like elemental damage, physical damage, it's like so high, right? So usually like in Genshin, I think it's like 50, 60% like for your elemental damage or plus like this much. And so however, on the other hand, you don't really see like plus 60% attack, right? Sorry, guys. Is this formula universal to most games? The general structure is universal. Yes. The general structure is universal. It's going to be attack minus defense. And then in brackets, you're going to multiply it usually by this stuff. Actually, you know, it might make more sense if I moved all of this over. Usually this comes after. Right. So let's take it like that. Something like that, right? Multiply that first. And then crit. And then you go check crits. Right. MS PowerPoint supremacy. Thank you. Thank you for the bless. Did you know Mummy Reinhardt is coming on 1 year anniversary? I do. Maybe it's time to finally roll, my guy. Arknights has physical and arts. Phys is flat, whilst arts is multiplicative. So that's really interesting. Because, yeah, so essentially there are 2 damage formulas, right, for Arknights. There is one for physical and one for magic damage. And why they did that? They wanted to spice things up. They didn't want to go with the boring formula of attack and physical. Physical and magic is the same. And they do the same thing, just with different colored text. So, like, kudos to them. Like, a lot of games have different quirks for magic, right? So in precon, like we already know, magic, it can't miss. Actually, that's actually quite, that's actually quite common. Magic quite can't miss. True damage as well, exactly. True damage. True damage is an interesting one. Because true damage, a lot of the time, true damage is just like flat, right? From what you've looked at so far, do you think it would be better to focus on speed cliff? Not yet. I don't know yet. Why I don't know is because I haven't got a holistic view of all the characters. So let's have a look at this one. For example, this is an ice character. and she impairs the opponents easily in a fight. So inflicts weaken, which will reduce damage dealt by 20% for 2 turns. Okay, so what this means is that if you see here, this is a final damage multiplier, right? There is on the other side this weaken thing. I already know this weaken thing is on here, is outside of the formula. So what that means is that if we go in with this, like let's say like 1,000, let's say that the attack and defense gets us 1,000 damage, right? Damage is equal to 1,000. Only after that do we multiply that by the weaken, which is 20%. And so that's equal to it's gonna be 800, right? However, if we had like extra final damage, could also multiply that by, if say we had like a 50% final damage. So multiply by final damage, which is 50%. So that's going to give us 1,000 multiplied by 1.5 multiplied by 0.2. Or rather, weaken will be 1 minus 0.2. Right. So that would be 0.8 because it's making us do only 80% of the damage. Oops, sorry. 0.8. And because they're multiplying, remember guys, it doesn't matter what order they're in. So that's why I'm saying that this is generic. This can be used for any game. However, what we do know is that final damage and weaken that we just saw sits outside of attack and defense calculations. It's what we call post-calculation multipliers, right? So if on the other hand, you also had 50%, let's say like 30% ice damage, right? So if you have that, you also times 1 plus 30%, which gives you 1.3, right? For ice damage. And so if you do ice damage, then this multiplier gets applied. Right. This one, oh, not that one. This one right here. If you do ice damage, then this one gets applied. If you don't, then it doesn't get applied. So therefore, your new formula becomes 1.3 times 1.3. So you can see that's even more damage, right? So that all of this is kind of telling me which characters are good, which characters aren't. So let's have a look back at Pella. So she deals X amount as ice damage with a 100% base chance to inflict weaken, which will reduce damage dealt by 20% for 2 turns. So weaken, it means that it's a damage mitigation, right? You're getting less incoming damage kind of thing. Okay, so the next thing is deal 48% of Pella's attack as ice damage to all enemies with 100% base chance to reduce defense of enemies hit by 30% and increase damage taken by armor by 30% for 2 turns. Okay, now this is where it gets really, really freaking complex. Hello, we're having classes from Lace Senpai now. Yeah. So this is where it starts getting complex. So that increased damage taken by armor by 30%. I suspect armor is like a, maybe it's a class or something. And so that's kind of like this conditional, right? If something, then add this to the formula. That's all it is. That is all this part is. This part, with a 100% base chance to reduce def of enemies hit by 30%, what this means is that the enemies will have their defense, this one, taken down by 30%. The defense taken down by 30%. So it could be 200 multiplied by 0.7, right? Or that's all because 1 minus 0.3, right? So that's that one. This is in here. If it instead said reduce the reduce defense of enemies hit, the other thing is amplify the damage taken for enemies, right? So damage amplification is the same as final damage. Damage amplify, right? Same thing over here. So damage amplify means you're calculating outside of the brackets, right? And so again, like you can see why damage amplification usually is a lot higher numbers than attack. Okay, because your attack dictates your damage before multiplying. Because if we look at it like this, 100 is, let's say 100 damage, right? Multiplied by some kind of multiplier is equal to big numbers. All right. Thank you for being a member again, my guy. Thank you, KK. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. How you doing? However, if you increase, if this is a big multiplier, because we have big multipliers, right? You see over here, 1.5 by 0.8 by 1.3, and then crit damage. If you crit, it'll be times 2, right? If you have all of this, these big multipliers, start even with a small base attack, base damage, you can still do big things, right? So 150 multiplied by, what is this multiplier? That's freaking huge probably, right? So let's do that. Equals 1.5 times 1.3 times 2. This is a 3.9 times multiplier without the 0.8. So let's say for now, let's forget about the 0.8, like with the weaken. With just your final damage multiplier or your amplified damage, like damage, enemy takes more damage, with just plus 30% ice damage, for example, and you crit, you're doing 3.9 times more damage. And so it's the difference between is 100 versus 150 if your base attack thing goes up. So let's take let's say 0 defense, right? So 100 times this, whoops, times that versus 150 times that. That's massive. You can see how such a small amount of attack can make a huge influence on your final damage, right? Only add 50 attack and you've already gone over here. That is why attack usually is tuned to be quite low, right? Or else you're gonna have like insane damage numbers, like Maple Story. Okay, so on the other hand, they could offer less multipliers, but most games don't offer less multipliers because they want it to be a little bit more complex, like having the damage amplification, weaken, ignore defense, stuff like that. They want all of that kind of stuff to make it feel like you can stack different things, right? And so what that means is that a lot of people have actually built the calculator. I think it's a DPS calculator. I don't know if you guys have seen this. But this is actually really good because what it's doing is that it's essentially taking all of your stats, including attack speed, because I think they have frame data. And then it's kind of seeing like, okay, how much attack balanced out with the multipliers do you want to maximize your damage? That is what that calculator is doing. How much attack do you want plus all of these different multipliers do you want to hit the highest number for damage you can? That is what this is doing in a nutshell, and most calculators, right? Okay, so let's have a look at some other characters, because like this is as new to you as it is to me. So this will be interesting. Oh wait, we should probably burn a bit of stamina here, huh? I've been sitting on the stamina for ages. Awkward. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me let you guys digest. What if there is damage delay? Something like Wakamo's skill where it deals total damage, total from student damage after skill duration. How would that be calculated? That is just, it calculates, you can calculate it in a couple of different ways, right? Like it's kind of like you got to look at your win condition at that point. You got to kind of look at what you're trying to do. So for example, you can either go for like a long-term DPS. So if you're fighting a 3-minute boss in Blue Archive, if you're fighting a 3-minute boss, and in these 3 minutes, you cannot take the boss's HP to 0. That means that there is residual HP, right? And so therefore, you should look at Wakamo's skill as DPS, like damage over time. However, if you are able to get it down to 0 HP within those 3 minutes, then you can drastically increase your DPS if you can juice that skill up, if you can kill it earlier, right? So that damage delay, in terms of damage calculation, nothing has changed. All of this, okay, you freaking ready? All of this, and here, all of this multiplied skill ratio. Okay, all of that multiplied by skill ratio gets you your skill damage. What I talked about up until now, has been your auto attack damage. Okay? All of that multiplied by skill ratio. So for example, multiplied by 300% damage, right? Your skill does 300% damage. Or the skill might actually not. There are some games where the skill is purely based on just these, right? Actually, that's not true. No, I'm right. No, this is right. All of that multiplied by skill ratio. And so if I take away these brackets, nothing has changed, right? And so what that means is that it is another multiplier to these guys over here. And so that's why you have characters like Azusa, who has low base attack, but extremely high skill multipliers, versus the snipers in the game, which have lower multipliers, like 800% skill damage, and like 3k attack or 4k attack, right? So in the precon context, it could be like, actually, precon is very balanced. Precon is kind of boring in that sense. So if I come over to precalc, no, not precalc, precon wiki, precon is a bit boring. Pretty much all of the skills and stuff, they all hover around like 200 to 300% damage. If I click into literally anyone, let's say Kari, for example. Kari regular. Okay, for some reason she doesn't have anything there. It's kind of weird. We've got Muimi. Let's go Muimi. So here. 0.27, so that's 27% of your physical attack. You got 3 times your 3.4 times skill level. Okay, this is actually completely different to what I just said. Okay, because precon scales with skill level. Right. However, skill level also kind of represents your percentage, your multiplier, right? So what this is saying is like this 3.4 times skill level is this. This skill ratio is 3.4 times skill level, which could be 100, right? Like you say you're level 135, which I think is the cap right now. So this turns into your skill multiplier, right? So that is what? That's like 400% or something like that. So yeah, like this in essence is the skill ratio. It's just that in precon, the skill ratio goes up. In most games, it doesn't go up, right? So for example, if we have a look at Azusa, her skill ratio, like it doesn't scale with her own, like with a skill level, but it scales against attack, which means that she is going to be getting, she is going to be getting stronger with the other stats rather than a skill level kind of thing, right? So there is always going to be a skill ratio. It's just how does the game represent that? In Blue Archive, it's a percentage. In a lot of games, in most games actually, it's a percentage. Let's take Maple Story, Lucky 7. Maple Story Lucky 7. It's one of the core skills of thieves. See, damage 58% times 2. So what that means is that this, generally speaking, forgetting about multipliers and stuff, is going to do 58 times 2, which is 116, I think, 116% damage, which is marginally better than your auto attack. However, you also got to think about attack speed and stuff, so that's where this gets a bit more complex. Well, it is an auto game, so it's all about leveling up to make them stronger. Yeah, at the end of the day, like the progression is the same, right? Because if we level up in precon, we go level 130, what the hell? 130 up to a level 135. We're getting a higher skill ratio, right? For Blue Archive, you could be leveling up and you're getting more base stats. So that means your attack is going up, right? So these just like different sources that we need to remember, different sources, different ways that games will implement progression, right? To make you do more damage. In precon, I'm pretty sure that we also get base attack increases as well. It's just that they also happen to do skill ratio increases. And so that's why in JP, you see like 99999 damage because the skill ratio just kept going up. I think they're up to like, what, 235 now. 235, something like that. And so if they are allowing multipliers like these, and like it's just like infinitely scaling. Like they're scaling both on both skill ratios and the attacks, then it just gets freaking crazy. You know what I mean? And so the numbers become unmanageable is the best way to put it. Okay. Show. What do we got next? Mimi as lucky 7 damage calculation. So let's have a look at this one. So this one is also a really generic one. However, she is usually, this one is ice based. She's going to gain extra energy. Man, energy, another one. Holy shit. You know what? This is a lot more complex than I thought it would be. Energy essentially is your attack speed, but for skills, right? It's kind of like your attack speed, but for skills. I also feel like these calculations apply if an enemy is above or level. For example, a unit is max level 150, but if the game has enemies at 155. Okay, very interesting. So, Frostjoke's example is this. What if I am level 100 and the enemy is level 110, for example, right? I've seen this before many, many times. I think even in Blue Archive. I think Blue Archive has it as well. What if I'm level 100 and the enemy is level 110? What happens here is that for one of the games I played, I can't remember which one, for every level the enemy is over, deal 2% less damage. And so deal 2% less damage means that that is going to be this one. It's the opposite of damage amplification, right? It's the weaken. It's the final damage less. So what this means is that therefore my final damage will be X multiplied by 0.9, because 0.9 I have no 0.8, sorry, because I am 10 levels under, and for every level that I'm under I deal less percentage damage. And this is how games do it. I haven't seen any games, I don't think, that affect your attack or your defense, right? And so that is post calculations, this one over here. So that's really crippling, right? Because in some games they don't cap it out. But this is probably more for MMOs actually. Some games, like let's say if you're 130, that's a 60% damage reduction. So you're only doing 40% damage, right? Because you're losing 60% damage from 2% times 30. Yeah. Like TP, precon level affect your crit rate. Yeah, just like, wait, what the frick? I didn't know that. Oh no, you're right. Yes, holy shit, I remember this. This is so early. That is so early. That is so early stuff. Wow. Okay. That is insane. Yeah. So they'll penalize you somehow. But for the games that I played that I remember, it's this one. I think Blue Archive, for every level you are under 70, you get penalized 2% damage. Something like that. I think it's something like that. I think that's right. For some MMOs and stuff, they also elect this as well. Okay. So, all that said, looking at Pella, when using a technique to enter a battle, there is 100% base chance to reduce the defense of all enemies by 20%. AOE defense down, my guys. I don't know how bad that is. Blue Archive has 2% damage penalty if you're not at the recommended level. There you go. That's exactly right, yeah. And then on the other hand, some games have damage bonuses. The more levels you have over something, you get maybe like 2% extra damage, something like that. Not that common these days. I haven't seen it for a long time, but back in the day, like it's certainly something. So that would just add to your damage amplification, right? So the other thing to remember is usually these things are additive. No, additive? Multiplicative? Additive, multiplicative. So, for example, yes, yeah, okay. So, oh, where'd it go? That's okay. So you can see these are multiplying against each other, right? And so what that means is that they are multiplicative. So that should be okay. Okay, that's why. I see. So this is what we call multiplicative, right? So however, what if we had several sources of ice damage, right? So for example, what if I had a helmet plus 20% ice damage, right? Helmet plus 20% ice damage. I have another one. I have a gloves plus 10% ice damage. There are two ways. I think most people know this, but there are two ways that this could be calculated. It's either additive or multiplicative. So what that means is that we now have several sources of ice damage, right? Ice damage, final damage. So this guy over here. So what this means is that this could either be 1 plus 20% times 10% is equal to X. Or it could be 1 plus 20% plus 10%, which is equal to Y. Okay? Let's do calculations. This one is usually the first one, by the way, just saying. 1 is equal to 1 times 0.2 times 0.1. Okay, that's really awkward. Because I didn't put a plus there. 1.02. 1.02, right? Whereas this one is going to be is equal to 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.1, which is 1.3 times. You can see how clearly how good one of them is. Wait a second. I feel like I did something wrong. This seems a bit too low. Wait, this seems a bit too low. This one is how Genshin does it. If I'm not wrong. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Sorry. Let me take it back. This is wrong. This is wrong. This doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. Usually it's like this. Forget everything I just said. Usually it's like this. When you have the same type, it's additive. Okay. So this one over here, shape fill. Let's make it smaller. When it is like the same type, it's additive. When it's different types of final damage multipliers, it is multiplicative. So this and this multiplies against each other. Because if they added against each other, it'd be utterly broken, right? It'd be utterly broken. So yeah, this is what we mean by additive. The percentages are adding up. This is what we mean by multiplicative. These different sources are multiplying against each other. Normally this is how it works. Normally this is how it works. Like, again, like think back to the games that you play. Azure Lane, whatever games, like 99% sure that this is how it's going to work. Okay. I think you want something like that. Is that it? Yes. You are right. You are right. You are freaking right. Sorry, guys. You're freaking right. Abe is right. Abe is freaking right. It's 1 plus 0.2 plus times 1 plus 0.3. Oh, 0.1. Abe is freaking right. My bad, guys. 1.32 versus additive, which is just 1 point, would just be 1.3. Yep. So those are the two different methods. This one would be equal to 1 plus 0.3 plus 0.2 plus 0.1. Oh, God. Sorry, Abe is right. Abe is right. That's correct. These are two ways that they can do this. These are two ways that they can do this. That or that. But you can see that this is what I just said by multiplicative, right? That is this. So 1 plus 0.2 is this one here. Could be that one there. And then 1 plus 0.1 could be this one here. Here, right? Okay, so that's that one there. Okay. Oh, my precon. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that ran out. That's okay. Don't forget your dailies like me. Don't forget your dailies like me, my guys. Okay. So she's looking good. Pella looks good. On paper, she looks good. She's Ice Element. We'll keep that in mind. However, her ultimate does a whole bunch of defense down. And entering battle, she does a whole bunch of AoE defense down. Right. That looks good to me. So let me go to characters. Let's pick someone else. Natasha. Natasha's next. Physical element character. Okay. She's a healer. Now, heal is something different. Heal is something different. Heal usually it's kind of similar but kind of different, right? This first part, usually it's either just attack or just a healing stat. And then after that, you have a multiplied by like some outgoing healing or incoming healing or whatever. Right. So for this one, I think we have outgoing healing. This one over here. However, generally speaking, heal over times are better than direct heals. So what I mean by that is, for example, Serena Blue Archive versus, what's her name? Hanae Blue Archive. Let's have a look at that. So for you guys who don't know, Hanae is a heal over time character. Continuously heals 102% of her heal stat over 20 seconds. Maybe it ticks like every 3 seconds or something. And this one, she heals 228% of the heal stat as HP once. Right. Now, there's another dimension to this, which is cost. The cost of using the skill is 4, and the cost of using this skill is 2. So therefore, let's multiply this by 2 to make them equivalent. So Serena's heal, if it costed 4, it would heal 450%. Okay? If it costed 4, it would heal 450%, let's say at max. Hanae cost 4, heals 102%, and I'm pretty sure it ticks more than 4 times in the 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure it ticks like at least 5 times. At least. And so you can already see that's already at like 500% heal versus 440, right? You can probably do this. Have a look at New Year's Yui in Precon versus Misato or normal Yui who has a direct heal, right? And then obviously they're also affected by the stats, by the heal stat or the HP stat in some games or the attack stat in some other games, etc. But generally speaking, the rule is heal over time will heal more than direct heals. And with good reason, right? Because heal over time, you're taking time to realize the heal. Like you have to wait for the full effect over 20 seconds. So of course, you would have to make it stronger than direct heals. It's just kind of like a game design thing, right? And that makes sense, right? What I just said. So that's what healers. In terms of healers, heal a target and then heal them for another 9% at the start of each turn. That's in a turn-based game, that is heal over time. This is a heal over time character. So if I ever wanted healing, I'd be looking at Natasha first, right? That's that's Natasha. Natasha seems okay. She's physical, which seems all right. Okay, let's keep going. Oops, how did I end up over here? All right. Yeah. Oh, Precon guys. Level up. What other characters do we have? Bada bing. Let's have a look at Serval. Let's have a look at this character. Lightning. Close that. She deals 60% of her attack as lightning damage, and then 30% of her attack as lightning damage and to enemies adjacent. AoE, splash. Right. So that means, at best, let me make a new slide. At best, she is doing... No, let me use this. At best, she is going to be doing 60% damage. She's going to be doing 60% damage, or she's going to be doing 60% damage plus 3 times 2. Right. Sorry, 30 times 2. She's either going to be doing 60% damage or 120% damage. So she could either hit... Whoops. That, or that. 1 target, 2 targets, 3 targets. And so this is how you start weighing up AoE versus single target. Do you want AoE or do you want single target? And obviously team comp comes down to, like, it affects it as well, right? However, what you can see is that, like, if there is only 2 targets, then a normal, like if you look at the enemy team as like a total HP of everybody, then you can see that DPS of even just having 2 targets versus using a single target character who does 100%, for example, like that single target character that is doing 100% does more if it doesn't overkill, right? If it doesn't overkill. If it overkills, that's a completely different story. So that is that's kind of how I'm evaluating the AoE characters. I'm going to be looking at comparing all the AoE characters together, having a look at some of the damage ratios, and of course, if we can, which I don't think we have, look at their base stats, right? And then have a look at the multipliers and see if we are going to be doing like more damage with AoE or single target, and looking at the enemy team entirely HP pool, right? So if you guys haven't played Honkai StarRail yet, probably haven't, many of you have not, but it takes a lot. He vomited twice. He vomited twice. Hairball, massive hairball. It was massive. Yeah, it was massive. Yeah, massive hairballs, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so back to this one. So in Honkai StarRail, generally speaking, you can you're not going to be one-shotting things. Not yet anyway. So let me see if there's any. Does anybody have a. Let's have a look at this. No, that's a reveal trailer. Combat. So let's go into combat. Here. So you can see everybody's getting whittled down pretty slowly, right? So you can go through, if you can go through a couple of the footage, and then you realize that they're getting whittled down slowly, then with that assumption, you can then kind of, oh, never mind. They got one shot. You know what? Never mind. Maybe the guy I was watching was a noob. They got freaking one shot. Holy crap. Wait, they just got freaking one shot. What in the world? I'm pretty sure the last guy. Yeah, there you go. So this is normal. This is what I saw last time. This is what I saw last time. Like when you do attacks, it does like that. Like it does like a nominal amount of HP. It doesn't overkill them, right? And so when you don't overkill, like, then you can start doing those like AoE versus calculations, whatever. If you one-shot them or whatever, again, like that is like kind of outside the scope of everything we've talked about, because it's completely different, right? If you can one-shot things, then yeah, that's like you're using different strategies, right? Okay, cool. Let's come back to this one over here. There is 80% base chance for them to be inflicted by shock. While inflicted with shock, enemies will take 40% of Serval's attack as lightning damage at the start of each turn. Okay, interesting. So that's a damage over time, but it's not a CC. So the other thing that I'm looking for in StarRail, holy shit, I'm out of tissues. Give me like 30 seconds. The other thing that I look for in a lot of these games, new games or whatever, is if there are multiple role characters, right? However, I think in StarRail, it's gonna like they're not gonna be multiple role. So what I'm talking about is like damage and defense down, heal and defense down, defense down and taunt, right? When we think about what I just said, a lot of the top tier characters come to mind in Precon, right? Heal, tank and defense down would be like your Jun. Heal and defense down would be like your Samakokoro. What else you got? You got like just like damage and defense down would be like your Makoto, right? Or your Muimi or your Christina, right? So when you have these like dual purpose characters, they're actually really freaking good. They're probably the best characters in the game, usually. However, I don't think that's going to happen to StarRail. So this one, as we can see, it's pure damage, right? Everything we can see, or like CC and damage. I would love that. If I see a character with CC and damage, I would highly rate that. I would say like top of the charts. Top of the charts. So so when I saw shock here, I was actually a little bit excited. I thought that they would be like paralyzed. So like the paralyzed stat, I think a lot of you know, would be there is maybe like a 50% or a 70% chance of not being able to act. So like if you think in Pokemon, if you get paralyzed, you have a 50% chance of not being able to attack, right? So that would have been massive if that was here. That would be massive. Okay, but I don't see it. So it's just that they just take extra damage, like a damage over time. That's it. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I need to do my precon. Holy shit. Precon. Who else we got next? We got Serval, and then we got Hook. I don't think I've seen Hook before. Oh, that was bad. That was kind of bad, my guys. That's kind of bad. Hook is DPS. See this? See this right here? See this right here? Deal 120% of Hook's attack as foul damage. And then you can also burn them, right? Or whatever, like the burn is kind of whatever. 120% attack. Come back over here. This was Serval's AoE attack. To deal 120% attack to all of the enemies, you'd have to hit 3 enemies with Serval. You only have to hit 1 with Hook. And obviously, like all of the element stuff, like that definitely gets taken into account, right? Gets taken into account because you can only really compare within element because there's elemental advantages and all of that, right? So, however, this is kind of what I'm looking at, right? I'm trying to see if this is better, 120% attack once, plus the burn, or if Serval's, this is better, if this plus the shock is better than that, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, so all in all, it looks like she just does damage. She does have regenerate energy, so that is giving her skill speed, which is really good. However, let's move back and have a look at the next one, Sampo, and do my precon dailies. This one, throw a dagger that deals 15% of his attack as wind damage. It will bounce up to 4 times, with each bounce dealing an additional 15%, with a 50% fixed chance to delay the affected enemy's action by 5%. So, if we think about this part, over here, multiplied by speed, this is the antithesis of that. This is the opposite side. So we're looking to lower the enemy's speed versus boosting our own speed, right? So with speed, there's 2 ways to manipulate it. If we lower their speed, and if we can overtake them, that means that we're going to be hopefully getting, again, more damage and more defense, right? Because we can kill them faster. All right. On the other hand, in addition, there is a 100% base chance to reduce the target's defense by 20%. That's good, man. That's good. And I'm starting to think that these guys don't have a, how do I call it? They don't have the, like, element locked things, right? Yeah, they don't have element locked things. I don't see any like elemental resists or elemental buffs so maybe mono teams aren't it, which is a good thing. Maybe we don't have to run mono teams in StarRail if we have characters like that, right? Okay. Now let's go over to, like, Sampo seems okay. That seems okay, but the speed amount decrease wasn't that much. It's only 5%. Okay. Next we have, who do we have? Himeko. All right, Himeko I believe is a DPS, AoE DPS. Deals 100% of Himeko's attack as fire damage to a target enemy, and 40% of the attack to enemies adjacent. So that means that she can do 100 or 140 or 180% damage. And this is without relying on something like burn. So comparing this and comparing this one over here, Himeko restores an extra 10 energy for each enemy defeated. Like, comparing those two in a vacuum, comparing to the fire DPS that we saw before, I think Himeko is better because we don't have to have the burn inflict. However, if they do add like, deal more damage if an enemy is burnt, or deal more damage if how do I say if deal more damage if you're attacking a poisoned enemy, like Aoi in Princess Connect, right? Aoi, if you attack a poisoned enemy with skill 1 again, it's going to do even more damage. So that's essentially what's happening there. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the whole shtick, the whole like what I'm going to be using to evaluate some of these, right? So this one over here, I like this one. There's a 50% base chance to reduce the target speed by 20 for 2 turns. That sounds pretty good. Imprisoned enemies will be delayed by 30% and they will take 20% more damage. Like, when I look at that, it looks strong, right? It looks freaking strong because you're delaying their action by 30% and your damage amplifying. This is what I'm talking about in terms of like a dual role. This guy has 2 roles. He is not only debuffing, but he's also like, okay, he's double debuffing, right? He's double debuffing. He is lowering their speed, but also increasing their damage taken, right? All of the other characters that we saw, it was all like, okay, we'll just lower your defense, or we'll lower your speed, or we'll do damage or whatever. And that's kind of it. At least what did I miss? Not really much, to be honest. I think I'm putting the lecture room to sleep, I think. And so I think let's kind of call it there for this one. Yeah, I think that's going to be kind of it for this. 120% as wind damage on a crit hit. You can also reduce target speed by 20%. Like, this is all freaking good. This is all freaking good, my guys. It's my guy. Good morning. How we doing? 2252 Nemesis. How you going, my man? How you going? Yeah, nah, it's all good, James Young. It's all good. But yeah, I think you guys understand now, like, my rationale in terms of evaluating characters, right? Because it always comes back to these kinds of base stats. I think StaRail has done a really good job in the design because they haven't like locked it into conditionals. So it has to be, we can only like increase fire damage, for example. So let's say Asta, I think she might actually do that. No, she doesn't do that. I'm completely wrong. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. I think that's it for that one. That was too much. I think I'm losing my voice. It's too much. It's too dank. That was so much like knowledge overload. And so all of that said, what if I was to make a tier list out of this? What if I was to make a tier list? Roll call time? No. I'm not logging off. We're not done yet. We're not done with the stream yet. I still got to do my precon dailies. It's freaking 2 times, man. All right. Ninon, Yuki. No, I don't need any of that. Oh, let's get out of that zone. I'm too fried, dude. My head is way too fried from what I just talked about. Holy shit, that was way too much. I shouldn't have done that. That was way too dank. Oh. You guys all finished your precon dailies already? Holy shit, I've stored an hour. I lost like six stamina. That's kind of weird. That's okay. All right. I think we're done here. We are so done here. Start them right now. It's been months since I last opened precon. What do you play then, XK? What do you play? Why is my New Year's Yui dead? What the frick? Why is my New Year's Yui dead, bro? What the frick? Not a gacha game, but have you heard of Lies of Pi? It's like a soul-style game of Pinocchio. Looks amazing. No, I haven't. My guy. No, still in Blue Archive and won't take you long to do the dailies. All right, that sounds good. That's good. I mean, Blue Archive is so fast. Okay, ladies, good night. Need to sleep for early morning work tomorrow. All good, my guy. You have a good one, and thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up, man. NY Yui dying on the last day for suspense, bro. Please don't do that. It's kind of weird. Mainly BA and Osu, and sometimes arcades nowadays. Too many games to keep up. Yo, you play arcade games? Does anybody play arcade games? I'm a big fan of arcade games. Holy shit. I like playing like DDR. I like playing like DJ Max, the old stuff anyway. Should definitely look at the trailers for it. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out after stream. Like I said, I'm freaking mad, dude. I got DMCA'd last stream. It's just so infuriating. Some like Mickey song or something. Millie song? Yeah, some song like that. Millie, I think it was Millie. I got freaking striked. Nearest DDR is really far from where I live. Alright, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. We did it. We freaking did it, boys. What's PIU? I haven't heard of that one before. PIU. Game. Pump it up? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks just like DDR. TBH. Yeah, except it's the corner ones. Anybody play these arcades back in the day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's interesting. Wait, I haven't played this one before. I haven't played that one before. Alright. Okay. Do we really deadass talk about that for 2 hours? Holy shit. I'm freaking mad, dude. I'm freaking crazy. I shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Oh, jeez. Didn't know you're into arcades as well? Yeah. Well, when I was much younger. Nowadays, I don't get to go as much. But when I was much younger, I was really into arcades and shit. It's really fun. Massive fan of like DDR and like the music, the rhythm games. I'm a massive fan of rhythm games. Less so nowadays. Wasn't 2 hours only on HSR, was it? Nah, yeah, maybe, kinda. I don't think so, but that was way too long. It actually felt like a lecture. Holy shit. That's not what I want to do. Have the leave stream now. Have a good stream, everyone. All good, Resilient Fool. Thank you for coming out, my guy. Thank you for coming out, my dude. All right. All right. I was lucky enough to work in an arcade when I was younger. No real arcades nearby anymore. Dude, I feel like arcades are becoming like an extinct thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need any of this. I don't need any of it. I need that maybe. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Yeah, I feel like arcades are just like, they're dying out, man. I feel like they're dying out. I don't know. Maybe it's because like rise of PC gaming and shit. It's a lot more fun. Yeah. I hope they don't die out. Those physical machines are always so fun. I wouldn't say it's like VR. Actually, anybody into VR? Anybody in chat into VR? I've always wanted a VR headset. That'd be really cool. Mahiru Nanaka. Oh. Oh man, especially during the pandemic. Yeah, that's true. I wonder how much a DDR machine would cost. Holy shit. How much would those arcade machines? I used to play Tekken as well. Any Tekken players? Oh. Yeah. I always remember like after high school, we'd be like always just hitting the arcades. Tekken, MT, Midnight Wagon. I can't remember. It was like MT4 at the time, MT3 or MT4. And some of the other stuff is a lot of fun, to be honest. DDR, DJ Max. Yeah. My 9-year-old nephew never takes his VR headset off. They're cool, but not my thing personally. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it gives you a headache. Kind of made me, now that I think about it, makes me a bit dizzy, huh? Made me a bit dizzy too. Last Tekken I really played was 5. Holy shit, that's a long time ago. That's kind of me as well. Like maybe Tekken 6 for me. Maybe Tekken 6, like the one with Bob. New Bob. Yeah. Where? What am I doing here? Oh, I've already done that. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need to spend stamina. All right, let's dumpy on sorty. All right. Let's dump it on. Oh dear. Oh dear. I am really down bad, huh? I'm really down bad. Street Fighter was my favorite. I do like Street Fighter. I never really got into it that well though. I wasn't that good at it, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, it was bad. Okay. All right, my guys. I think it might be time to go get some rest. That's probably enough for one night. Let me know if that was too dank. I think it was too dank thinking back on it. But yeah. Fighting games got them steeper learning curves. Oh, absolutely. And like fast reactions, my guys. My guys, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go and probably get some rest. But you guys already know the drill. I do appreciate you guys for coming out. The heck I just got here, bro. Tron, you just missed it all, my guy. And so it is time for the roll call, my guys. Let me know if you're still around. Let me know if you're going to go. And thank you. Perfectly fine for me. Satisfied my inner analyst. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. So starting off with Lightning, Jason, Tron, goodbye. Tron, goodbye. Get well soon. You've been sick. Thank you, Frostjoke. I appreciate it. Goodbye, Frostjoke. Goodbye. Goodbye, James Young. Goodbye, XK2238. Goodbye, Calum, SJPH2252, Nemesis. Been some since quite a long ago, but only came to talk now. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's good to see you. Good to see you, my guy. See you. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Joan Soja, Wavy Z, Abe Valerian, Lim. Thank you, comrades. XK is fine. All good. Gavin. And Gavin. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I'm sorry for boring you guys, but if it actually helps, if you actually think back to it even once, without guides, like it's probably a job well done. And so you already know the drill. Please drop a like if you could. If not, then that's okay too. If you guys haven't subbed, then so be it. But I will see you guys in the next video or stream. So that's it. You haven't even done your pre-gon dailies one? Yeah, I haven't yet. I have a good one. Thank you, Kappa Lock. I'll see you guys in the next stream or the next video. Bye-bye.